Welcome back to the cryptoworld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Ethereum is still currently trading within this ascending parallel channel, while Bitcoin is about to potentially invalidate this bullish flag pattern, which I'll talk about in just a moment, so definitely stick around. First of all, just giving you a really quick update here on the 4-day Bitcoin chart. And right now, as of recording this video, the price of Bitcoin is technically still within the larger multi-month long bullish trend because we're still seeing significant higher lows and higher highs here on the 4-day time frame. And on top of that, if you're simply looking at the super trend indicator on this time frame, this is still currently sitting in the green, which once again means we're still technically within a larger bullish trend. The complete opposite to what we saw throughout all of 2022. But with that being said, obviously in the somewhat shorter term, the price has been running into this significant resistance at approximately 31,000. And as of right now, we have not yet confirmed a breakout above that level. So of course, this is still the strong resistance to pay attention to. And if you want to know more about this potential cup and handle pattern here on the larger timeframes, then check out my last video on the channel. But zooming into the daily Bitcoin chart, and once again, the price is still running into this important area of resistance, similar to what we saw back here. And on top of the price running into important resistance, obviously, we still have this bearish divergence still currently playing out on the daily time frame because we have seen higher highs on the daily chart in the price action, while also seeing lower highs in the daily Bitcoin RSI. And so once again, as I've been saying pretty much every day, almost over the last 1 week or so, this means that we're due to see reduced bullish momentum in the short term, which means we should be expecting either some choppy sideways price action, if not some slight bearish price action, which is exactly what we've seen since this new bearish divergence confirmed. And as for the daily Bitcoin MACD, as of right now, and as I've said in recent videos here on the channel, this is still currently looking more bearish than bullish, because as you can see here, the MACD itself is moving to the downside while the histogram is in the red. But with that being said, we have somewhat limited momentum in the shorter term, at least compared to some of these previous movements. Obviously, we saw much more bearish momentum compared to right now. We're still seeing relatively mild price action in the shorter term, which is likely going to continue at least in the short term, talking about the next few days or so. And now, one positive of this short-term pause from the larger bullish trend is the fact that right now the daily Bitcoin RSI is certainly resetting from those overbought territories that we saw a few weeks ago. And if you're watching my videos back then, close to a month ago now, I did say back then that if we simply play out a bit more choppy sideways price action over the coming weeks, then this will help to reset the RSI down towards more neutral levels, which can actually give us some more room to the upside later on when we eventually resume the larger bullish trend, considering the fact that the larger trend is still technically active. So essentially in the shorter term, obviously we're looking slightly more bearish than bullish based on the bearish divergence and the MACD on the daily time frame, and also the fact that we're running into strong resistance. But potentially in a few weeks, possibly a month from now, we could end up resuming the bullish trend with much more room to the upside for the next leg to the upside, because perhaps the RSI has reset even further, like what we've seen over recent weeks. And now in that case, if we ultimately see a confirmed breakout well above 31,000 with ideally a weekly candle close above 31k, then in that case, the next important Fibonacci extension is sitting at approximately 37,000. So that's essentially where I'll be looking next after we first confirm a strong breakout above 31,000. And another reason why 37k could be an important price target if we first see a breakout here is because of a potential bullish flag pattern forming here on the 8-hour time frame, because 37k would also be the technical price target for this bullish flag pattern. But with that being said, that technical price target would only come into play, it would only activate if we first see a confirmed breakout above this resistance, which obviously has not yet happened. And in fact, if we end up seeing a confirmed break below this support line, that would actually invalidate the formation phase for this pattern altogether. And in case you're wondering, this line of support is sitting at approximately 29 39.9k, and as of right now we have not yet seen a confirmed 8-hour candle close well below that level. And so obviously so far we have only seen candle wicks to the downside, which are not a confirmed break of that level. So at least for now, at the time of recording this video, it's technically still possible that this bullish flag pattern could continue to form here on the 8-hour time frame if we see a bounce from this area. But like I just said, and as I've said in recent videos here on the channel, if we simply confirm a break below that level, then not only could that invalidate this bullish flag pattern, but that could likely signal more of a short-term bearish trend beginning to form. And in that case, if we do end up seeing a strong break below this support with confirmation, then in that case, I would expect something similar to what we saw back here during May this year. So essentially, if you're talking about the coming weeks, if not over the next 1 month, we could start to look more bearish in the shorter term if we first confirm a strong break below this support. But at least for now, while the price of Bitcoin is still holding above this line of support in the somewhat shorter term here, we're basically still in a choppy sideways price range. But remember, it is important to understand that as of right now, all of this is still currently occurring within a larger multi-month long bullish trend, just like how these previous short-term bearish trends that lasted for 1 to 2 months still occurred within the larger multi-month long bullish trend. And as for short-term resistance, taking another look at that 8-hour time frame, we do have this area of resistance in between around 30.8k to 31k, and we also have this level of resistance at around 31.3k. But anyway, now getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this is on the daily ETH to US dollar chart, and right now, as I'm recording this video, the price of ETH is still within this ascending parallel channel, and in fact, right now the price is currently running into this level of support, sitting at around 1890 to 1.9k approximately. But like I've said in recent videos here on the channel, if we confirm a break below around 1890 with a daily candle close below that level, then in that case, I would expect a move down towards perhaps around 1820, considering that is the next important support, this area in between 1770 to 1820. And as for resistance, we have this ascending line of resistance and this horizontal area of resistance, both coming into play at around $2,000 to 2030. And as for the daily Ethereum price oscillators, right now, both the RSI and the MACD are looking extremely neutral because, first of all, the RSI is essentially chopping around sideways, while the MACD is showing almost no momentum to either direction. It's basically chopping back and forward, showing extremely flat momentum here in the histogram, unlike any of these previous movements. So once again, as I've said over the last few days, this essentially means we're due to see relatively mild price action in the short term, and I would not really be expecting any significant moves in the imminent short term. And now, if you're taking a look at the 8-hour ETH to US dollar chart, once again, the price of ETH is still currently in this ascending parallel channel, which is technically a bullish trend in the somewhat shorter term here. And the point of invalidation for this ascending parallel channel would obviously be a confirmed break below this support line, once again at approximately 1890. So technically speaking, as of right now, the price is still holding above this support in the short term. And also here on the 4-hour time frame, we do have the golden pocket as well in between around 1890 to 1.9k, which the price of ETH is still currently holding just above. But if we were to see a confirmed break below 1890, then before that 1820 level that I mentioned on the daily time frame, we should also find a bit of short-term support at around 1870, and below that, then next we have this previous low at around 1820 to 1830 acting as support. But once again, just in the imminent short term, we're due to see a relatively mild price action, nothing too significant based on the limited momentum that we have in the short term. And now, if you want to know how to make money in crypto, no matter if the price is bullish, bearish, or simply chopping around it sideways, doing nothing too significant, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how to make money if the price is bullish or bearish using AI, and the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from a choppy sideways price range. But anyway, that's everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.